Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Those in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a lesson, man. Just to, enlighten you brothers out there. I came across the post earlier that this Edomite lady wanted to radio frequency exposure or radiation exposure due to cell phones and cell towers, 4G towers, 5G towers, Wi-Fi, and all this other shit that Esau has weaponized against us that's allegedly for our convenience. Now, I was doing some research on this, and when you look up RF goes into I believe radio frequency electromagnetic field overexposure, which, they've been bringing this information out since the early 2000s about how certain devices, whether it be headphones or Wi-Fi modems and cell phones, can emit certain frequencies which can cause damage in your molecular structure and your cellular structure, which can lead to cancers and turbo cancers. Hence why everybody in Babylon is sick, on top of the poisonous foods and the chemically enhanced foods that they give us and the shit that they spraying in the heavens. This man has literally been weaponized against us on every aspect of life, man. Okay? From the cell phones you use, to the devices you use, to the vehicle you drive, to the clothes you put on your back, to the toilet paper you use to clean yourself with after you do your business in the washroom, which contains contaminants and bleach and solvents in the toilet paper, which gets into the bloodstream through the anus, which the quickest way to get in your bloodstream is through the rectum, man. Unless you're injecting something into your veins, but the quickest way to get poisons into your bloodstream is through the behind, through the butt. Okay, this is why a lot of times when dope fiends and all this other, like heroin addicts and stuff like that, when they can't get that particular high they looking for, they can inject themselves through the, through the what. Which we don't need to go into details on all that, but you get the point. This man is literally the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right? Now, you got to ask yourself this. If you know all these things, won't you create a safer way to enforce these methods for people's convenience? But he's not going to do it because he's the wicked. Okay? Because ain't no way in hell that radio frequency, we should be exposed into high levels of this frequency on a daily basis. Like a lot of you jakes, man, you sleep with your cell phones near your heads when you sleep, which is not a good thing, because even though you may not feel it, but you're transporting these frequencies throughout your body, man. Cell phone up to your head, then 13, 14, 20 years later, you got brain tumors, man. Okay, this is why personally, I don't really talk on the phone like that. And if I'm talking on the phone, I'm using a Bluetooth or headphones, man. But I'm rarely speaking on the phones, okay? Because they create these devices. We spend thousands of dollars on these new devices, but yet they ain't nothing but fucking weapons against us. But people are so overly saturated with the quote-unquote convenience of this lifestyle to the point they trade in safety and life for convenience, man. Which is why majority of these people are going to opt into taking the mark of the beast. But it reads here, it says potential systematic adverse health effects and overexposure, including heat exhaustion and heat stroke, and partial body exposures can result in localized tissue. It says the WHO, an international agency of research on cancer, has classified radio frequency electromagnetic fields as possible carcinogenic to humans, which is toxic to humans. And it makes sense when you go into Revelation, the 16th chapter, that when it goes into the boils and you look it up, it goes into like cancerous sores, because radio frequency emits, certain disruptions in the body, which can cause turbo cancer. So those people that get the MOTB, then eventually you're going to develop some type of cancerous cells in your bodies, man, because your body have cancerous cells in it. But see, what happens is they die off the good cells. It kills it off. And then, the body reproduces new cells. But when you have an overgrowth of cancerous cells, then the good cells don't work, and then totally the body dies off. Hence why when people get the MOTB down the line, they get sick. Like people that got that shit in them now, hey, they have all types of health health disparities, man. I remember this was probably back in like 2013, 2014. I was reading an article on a young lady that got the MOTB. I believe she got like she got it injected like you know how like the birth control implants is. I forgot what they called them, but basically it's sort of a freak. You know, they have some that I believe that can emit like certain signals, but I believe she got this pacemaker or she got something implanted like down by her uterus. So every time she's around an electronic device, she says that our body flares up like a light bulb. She feels all types of heat signals hitting her body, and she said it's like worse than death. Because she said it's very torturous, man. And when they cut her open, they found all types of cysts and all types of boils inside of her body. Hence, Revelation, the 16th chapter. Okay? So it says, what are the symptoms of RF EMF exposure? But in addition to the statistical results have been reported by various epidemiological studies on neurological cognitive disorders such as headaches, tremors, dizziness, memory loss, loss of concentration, or sleep disturbance due to RF, EMF, etc. Right? So hence, you know, you may wake up 3-4 o'clock in the morning. You don't know why you're waking up, but it's because those signals, man. Okay, whether it be your microwave oven, it could be your refrigerator, because even the refrigerator have a certain frequency that it emits from the device. This is why at nighttime when you turn off all the lights, you can hear the power from the refrigerator, because that's literally radiation, man. Okay, the Wi-Fi modem, you know, your electronic devices are plugged in. We're literally being hit on all sides, man. Okay, and this is why we need the Lord, because, hey, the scriptures say, unless those days were cut short, no flesh should be saved. We're literally dying by the second. You know, this is why Jake have horrible sleep patterns. This is why you have nightmares. You know, you wake up with headaches, you feel dizzy, your body's all messed up. When you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to feel rejuvenated, because your body heals itself once your body shuts down. Okay, the old cells die off, your body creates new cells. You know, your body creates new chemical reactions to the particular blood cells and white blood cells that you have emitting through your body. And then, you know, it's supposed to heal you. And on top of that, the food you put in your body. But you wake up in the morning oftentimes feeling a lot worse than what you did before you went to bed, man, because you've been bombarded with chemical warfare, man. Okay, so, you know, your brothers out there, you know, hey, you got Bluetooth headsets, use those. Even though headphones are not really good, you know, there's other ways to get around this shit. And ultimately, it's really, we're at the mercies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, but also I want to show you, brothers, something. If you got an iPhone, I'm gonna show y'all this. And they put it right in the plain sight. I didn't even know this, man, because they send so many updates. But peep this, right? Now, if you go to general on your settings, go to VPN management. All right, if you got an iPhone, go to general settings and then hit VPN management, right? Not VPN management, my bad. Hit legal and regulatory. Now, when you go down to RF exposure, it basically gives you the rundown. And this right here is what they consider, what they call that shit, man. What is it when the doctors give you like pharmaceuticals and they give you the rundown on what it is. So therefore, they can't say, well, we didn't tell you. This basically, in somewhat form or fashion, somewhat holds them unliable in case you sue their ass, man. All right. Even though you can, you know, there's still lawsuits against these mega companies, they still put the disclosure in there to say, well, look, we've told you about it. It's up to you if you want to deal with it or not. But shit, everybody needs a cell phone. Okay, because work needs it. Family, you know, people do things, they work from their phones. You know, some people have jobs that they work from home and they need their cell phone. So it's like you can't avoid the shit. But it goes into RF exposure, and it says the iPhone has been tested to meet applicable limits to radio frequency exposure. Okay, but what's the limit to it? Just because it's been tested doesn't mean it's safe. But it says specific absorption rate refers to the rate at which the body absorbs RF energy. The SAR limit is 1.6 watts per kilogram in countries that set the limit average over 1 gram of tissue, and 2.0 watts per kilogram in countries that set the limit average over 10 grams of tissue. It says during the testing, iPhone radios are set to the highest transmission levels, and a SAR, which stands for a specific absorption rate, is evaluated in real time and over time intervals as specified by applicable regulations. See all this jargon they talk. They not just gonna put it straightforward and tell you the shit causes cancer. It says iPhone is evaluated in positions that stimulate uses against the head with no separation, or when worn or carried against the torso of the body within 5 millimeter separations. It says Apple uses the latest approved regulatory methods, and we know that Apple, what you call BlackRock and what's the other one, Vanguard, they've invested stocks in Apple, all right? And we know that what's this guy name? What's this motherfucker's name, man? Damn, Steve Jobs, right? Which he's a fucking lowlife anyway. All right, these are made. They send up these elites like Bill Gates and Elon Musk, and they make it seem like these men have come from rags to riches, that they've created a product that's changed the world. But yet these men are lower level luminaries, and they have been set up by these particular Masonic orders to bring in confusion, man. All right. So a guy like Steve Jobs, his best interest isn't to keep you healthy. His best interest is to make you money, man, or to make himself money and make the elites rich. But it says these methods track radio usage and RF exposures in real time to manage power to ensure that the iPhone complies with applicable RF limits. It says to reduce the RF energy, use hands-free options. So they're telling you that it's dangerous, such as the built-in speakerphone, headphones, or other similar accessories, which those iPods are not good for you either. Okay, because believe it or not, they expose the same radio frequency into the body, into the brain. So, if you have like those headphones that go over the ears instead of in the ears, you have a better chance on being, better. Like I got iPods. Actually, I got the Generation 3s, and also I have some Beats by Dre, which goes some wireless headphones that goes over the ears. But I rarely use the earbuds, man, because they just don't feel comfortable in the ears. But it says here, cases with metal parts may change the RF performance of the device, including its compliance with RF exposure guidelines in a manner that has not been tested or certified, man. All right, so basically, man, we got to get the hell out of here. And another thing, too, to combat RF exposure, brothers, is shungite. Like, get you a piece of shungite, and what shungite does is absorb radiation. So you can get a piece and set it on your, actually, I believe they have, I remember a brother, he had a case, and he had like some shungite attached to it to kind of limit the RF exposure rates. So what I did when I had a piece, I set it by the microwave, and also I set it by the Wi-Fi modem, man. You can set it by your PlayStations or any of your electronic devices. And I'm not saying that it's going to completely limit the exposure, but it's going to, it's better than nothing. But then, it's really the spirit, okay? Because to be honest with you, we should all be fucking dead by now, all right? But anyway, quick precepts, Salakia. But this is the book of Job 10, and I'm going to start at verses, let's start at verses 18. It says, wherefore then thou hast brought me forth out of the womb? Oh, that I have given up the ghost and no eye had seen me. Because Job was mourning like, damn, I'd rather been in the spirit world before coming down here to suffer this shit. Because we are up against enemy lines, man. All right? Everything that we do, that we eat, that we touch, even the women that we have kids with or just we're having sex with, you fuck around and get an incurable disease, man. Everything has been weaponized against us. I mean, everything on the smallest level, from the clothes you wear, from the fabric that is ingrained in, is set up to destroy you, man. And it says here, I have been as though I had not been, and I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. But it says, are not my days few? Yeah, because, the scriptures say pray for few days as well because of the evil. This is why we pray for Yahweh Shai's return, man, because what it tells us in Isaiah 52, I believe, that the captive hastened to be let loose so he don't die in a pit, that his food nor bread fail, or that his bread or raiment fail not, roughly paraphrasing it. But that's our prayer, that we get the hell up out of here. And brothers should be setting up those prayers every day that the Lord would come back and destroy this place, man. Okay, because it ain't nothing wrong with asking for salvation and to be delivered out of hell. Okay, the purpose of us being in captivity is so we can be corrected, but also crying to the Heavenly Father. And this is what we did in the ancient world, right? When we was under the Persians and the Medes, when we was under the Greeks, the Babylonians, hell, the Egyptians, we cried to the Most High, and he got us the hell up out of there, man. So we should be crying even more, because at least in those captivities, we knew who we were, and we wasn't exposed to all this madness. This is by far the worst captivity that we've ever been in, man. And Jake is stupid as hell because they love this place. Okay, the very device you need in order to get money or to have a sustainable life is killing your ass. The very stove you cooking in is killing you. The water you drink, it's like it's counterproductive. But it says, are not my days few? But cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. But before I go, whence I should not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and then the light is as darkness, man. And that's here in America. Okay, King David said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, man, I have my bow and my staff to comfort me. That's the scriptures, man. You know? So we got to stay prayed up, man, and we got to just do the best we can, because literally, if this man literally rules another decade, shit, hey, we might not be here to tell about it. And I'm just being honest with you. Like, personally, I've never saw myself getting old here. So either one or two things, either we all going to fucking die off, or we going to get salvation. But my mind gravitated more towards us getting salvation. I've always saw us getting up out of here within our particular lifetime, man, because for the simple fact, this place is hell, man. All right. But I've never seen myself getting old here. I just can't fathom the possibility, you know. So let that be the tale. Psalms 17, and let's start at verses 13. It says, arise, O Lord, and disappoint him. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. Okay. Yeah. And Esau was the sword of the Heavenly Father. Like I said, everything is weaponized against you. Even shit, I remember back in the day, they still have it, but I remember my mother, man, she used to palm my sister's hair. You know, and I'm like, the hell you palming this girl hair? Do you read the chemicals to that? Just the way it smells, man. It tells you that you're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, like you put perm in your hair, it takes your hair out because the chemicals. You know, they say don't scratch your head before you get a perm. You know, and my sister being there crying like crazy, you know, because it's hot. It's chemicals, man, which shows you it's not supposed to go on your scalp. Okay, if you want to straighten your hair, then use a damn hot comb or something, man, or a blowout kit or something. Don't, you know, just chemicals, man. You know, the food, even the shit that they package the food in is poisonous. Canned goods, non-perishable products like canned goods have a life. They have years of lifespan in them, but it's just the fact of what they are putting in the cans and the chemicals that come out of the metals, that seeps into the food, and that's all toxic to the body, man. All right. That's why Esau has to be destroyed. He has to go. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts. This nigga got to go, man. All right. Your own cell phone is killing your ass. So, you know, just a word of advice to you brothers out there, you few sisters. Hey, don't sleep with the phone next to your bed, man. Like me, the way my bed is set up, I put the phone on the floor. Then I have drawers on the bed too. I can put it inside it. But it's to the point, I'm gonna start charging my phone up across the room, you know, because even then when that little iPhone box, like I had one phone, I think it was like a Galaxy, and you can literally hear the frequency emitting from the little black box that plugs into the wall, you know, and it was hot as hell to the touch. I'm like, damn. So this shit it's crazy. All right. But this is the book of Mark 13. And I'm going to start at verses 17. It says, but woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, and pray that your flight be not in winter. Before in those days should be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of creation, which Yahweh created unto this time, neither shall be. But except the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he have chosen, he have shortened the days, man. So this is why time is speeding up. And when the hell break loose, the Lord is going to speed up time even more, to the point Jacob's trouble going to feel like literally like a breeze in a wind. Okay. A lot of shit is going to go down in a short amount of time. Like the brother Shaman, priest Shaman, he did a video titled I think it was called like decades of chaos can take place literally in days, man, or months. Okay. We could literally have a decade of shit to unfold in 1 month, man. That's how quick time is going. All right. But I'm going to read it again. It says, for there should be greater anguish in those days than in any time since Yahweh created the world, and it will never be so great again. But in fact, unless the Lord shortened that time of calamity, not a single person will survive. But for the sake of his chosen ones, he have shortened those days, man. All right. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you were edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.